Hello everyone and welcome back to Resident Evil. Now we're going to start off today's episode by running headfirst into a zombie. So you can see that this is already going to be extremely competent indeed. And now what you may also notice that I have been messing around with my brightness and contrast settings to at least make the visuals a little bit less dark than they actually appeared for me when I was playing this and recording this. So now at least that part of the game looks more like the PlayStation version in general. And also here's the broken shotgun, which would be used for the shotgun puzzle if we were playing as Chris, or if we didn't get the scene with Barry rescuing us. But yeah, we don't need the broken shotgun at all, so we'll just leave that there. And Jill, being the master of unlocking, can also unlock these various dressers and desks that you can find scattered around the mansion, and there is usually some ammo or maybe an increment or a healing item in those, so they are worth tracking down and unlocking whenever you can. And even if you don't have the room for the items in your inventory, it's still a good idea to open those anyway and maybe come back later. So at this point, we have taken out most of the guys in this hallway, or maybe all of the guys. Yeah, I think we killed them all last time. So now what we're gonna do is we will pick up the blue gem that we got when we pushed the sculpture down the balcony, or down the second floor. As well as pick up the emblem that we got when we played the Moonlight Sonata on the piano in the first episode. Now this episode in general is going to be largely me just exploring the rest of the rooms, especially now that we have the armor key. And, explore the rooms that we can explore with the armor key. So yeah, we'll take the blue gem here. We're just gonna be picking up a whole bunch of items and looking around. And you might have noticed that I picked up the wooden emblem without actually having any room in my inventory for the golden emblem, so that of course is very well done by me. And I'm pretty sure I figure it out fairly shortly. Not before I enter the lounge, of course. Still not figuring it out. Okay, so I go here and I just try to directly exchange the wooden emblem for the golden emblem, but of course that is not how this works. Just do a quick little cut here and make our way back to where that zombie was guarding this little nook here. And inside, we can find this statue of a tiger. And apparently some tigers have heterochromia, but yeah, obviously we know what that means. And of course video game logic would dictate that there is a red gem somewhere that we can also shove into this tiger's face. But our reward for doing that with the blue gem is the wind crest. And of course we know what that is for. It's going to go right into that other locked door with the star crest and sun crest and moon crest. But yeah, now we have dumped off all our useless crap, and now we can actually take this emblem. And oh no, the door closes behind us. What do we do? So of course, if we do not have the wooden emblem, we would just have to put the golden emblem back. But since we do have both of them, let's just do a little bit of a swap. So that is that puzzle. Well, partially solved. We of course have to fit the golden emblem above the fireplace where the wooden emblem originally was. I probably should have done this in the first episode, to be perfectly honest, because we would have had plenty of, well, inventory space at that point to carry all this stuff around, but I never said I was playing exactly optimally or anything like that, so maybe we'll let that slide. And there goes the gold emblem into its slot. And what can be found behind the grandfather clock? Whatever is hidden behind this. And it turns out to be another key. So let's take a glance at that and see what symbol it has on it. And that is the shield key, which is needed for exactly one door in this entire game. So that's gonna go into the storage box for the time being, but at least we've got it now. And also Capcom was clearly very proud of their whole inventory mechanic of spinning around the 3D model of their items. And they did it even more in the remake. Now this room is actually completely optional, but we might as well check out all the armor key doors. Yes, thank you. That was very helpful. But that is something we can use. Might as well just reload while we are here. Alright, so let's see what's behind the... Oh, hello? Yeah, I kinda had that coming. I should have heard that guy shuffling about. And at this point I'm just glad it did not kill us, because that was pretty damn close. And to be perfectly honest, when I was playing this, that just startled the crap out of me. I just completely forgot that guy was here. But anyway, we have another one of these locked desks, so let's see what lurks within. More shells is always nice. Now I don't really like to carry around these boxes of shotgun shells. I usually just keep the seven shells that is the full magazine. Because the way I see it, you normally don't really need to carry around a whole lot more shotgun shells than that, unless you're gonna fight a boss or something. Now, I kept thinking that there was something on that right side of the room where the zombie was, so I just kind of stumbled into him. Of course, there's nothing here, so I just took that hit for no reason. But at least we have some nice green herbs back here. Now in the director's cut, this mirror is, I believe it's actually on the opposite side wall, so that kind of confused me at first. Mixed those two herbs, why the hell not? Now the door in the corner requires the special key, which that's a new Game Plus item and we can't do anything with that right now. But there's also a fairly well hidden pair of ink ribbons in this booth. And that is all we can do in here on a first playthrough. Yeah, so as you may know, the special key unlocks the wardrobe with, or the room with the wardrobe that has the alternate outfits for Chris and Jill that they can equip on subsequent playthroughs, but of course that isn't really something that we need to worry about at the moment. Okay, and I think I'm going to save at this point, because that was just way too close with the zombie back there. And since we are here, I guess we should also check out the dog hallway again. Now we don't really need those handful of bullets that we can get in there, but you know, might as well just explore the place properly. I was actually kind of surprised that the shotgun didn't take the dog out with one shot, so I decided to switch back to the pistol. And there's the other guy still here somewhere. Not really coming into view though. We can hear him, but he's just... Oh, there he comes. And that takes care of that. Maybe a waste of shells, but it's not like we are going to be that tight on ammo. So what we have to do here is push this here shelf, and we can just about see that there's something on the floor, and that is the clip. Yeah, we used a couple of bullets, of course, against the dog, so it's not a full clip of 15 bullets, but it's still a nice little bonus. And this right here is yet another armor key door. Now the problem with this one is that there isn't really anything there that... Well, I was just kinda considering whether or not I should go there. I do end up opening the door. But there isn't anything that we can actually do here right now. Now that dog is going to attack us as we round the corner, but yeah, aside from that, nothing exciting. Oh, there's a couple of herbs. Anyway. So since we're here, we just get our wind crest and we'll just go ahead and put that in the door, so we don't have to lug it around later on. Okay, and next up we are gonna go up the stairs to the second floor, as there is another armor key door that we need to check out. Actually, there's a couple of armor key doors we need to check out, but there is one right here. Once we get up these stairs. Right up this hallway. So yeah, this looks just a little bit ominous, and that looks even more so. Let's check this door first. Actually, you know what? I will be coming back later. For now, let's just grab these ink ribbons from the jacket. Or from the pocket of the jacket, I guess. Those are pretty easy to miss. Yeah, we'll just start by putting our wind crest away or depositing it on the wall next to the locked door in this tunnel. Yeah. Yeah, so if you click on this thing, you just have to read this all over again. It doesn't let you skip it. And you're actually just supposed to deposit it from your inventory. And that'll be that. So that is 2 of the crests. And we've got 2 to go. Just drop off some stuff here in the item box. And we'll be exploring the door, the armor key door, in a little bit. First off, let's just take a look at this hallway. And that just takes us to the door with the broken doorknob, so that's not relevant to any of our interests right now. And what I'm actually going to do at this point is we'll go check out this fancy looking door, which also happens to be locked with the armor key, or an armor lock, and opened with the armor key. Yeah, so obviously the PS1 or the Saturn does not have the technical capabilities to have all these suits of armor attack you if you screw up this puzzle. So what we are going to do here instead is we will be pushing these busts on top of these vents or these grates on the floor. These are actually poison gas vents, and if we just press the big red button in the middle of the room like an idiot, then the room will fill with poison gas, and we've kinda have to run away then. But since we now have blocked the vents, there is nothing to be afraid of, and we can get whatever is hidden back there. And that is yet another crest, this time the sun crest. So that makes it 3 out of 4, at least once we deposit it where it's supposed to go. But first off, let's just take a look at this room that we briefly visited but left soon after. There is some stuff in here that we want to check out. Like this obvious memo on the desk. Now, depending on which character you're playing and what time you or what order you do things in, part of this file here or this will is going to be missing. If you play as Chris, I believe it will always be intact, and if you play as Jill and do stuff in the wrong order, the file will start from this point, and it will say that the first part of it has been torn off. Wonder what that might be, or who might have done that. There was mention of a man in sunglasses, of course. Well, sure, why the hell not? Pressing weird buttons is always a good idea in a game like this. But all that does is drain the water from the fish tank, so we can move it. If we try to examine this fish tank before we drain it, it just says that it's too heavy to move. So what we actually have to do here is just push it out of the way of this bookcase, so we can get some explosive rounds for our grenade launcher. And that is very welcome indeed, and will come in very handy indeed. Now that door is completely optional, or that room is completely optional as well, but yeah, it's worth your while to go there because you get a couple of free ink ribbons and some grenades, so why the hell not? And over in this room, got a couple of fairly creepy looking beds, also a red herb, but we don't have a single green herb that we could combine it with. And some more bullets is of course always nice. We just leave the red herb where it is. What we actually came here to get is the lighter, which I believe Chris starts with the lighter. He definitely starts with the lighter in the remake. But like, Jill starts with the lockpick, and that's kind of her passive item that doesn't take up an inventory slot. And for Chris, it's the lighter. And well, to be perfectly honest, Jill got the better part of the deal in all of that, because the lighter is kinda useless in the original version anyway. But yeah, like I said, I don't even remember if Chris actually gets it at the start, or if he also has to hunt it down in the original. Now, of course, in the remake, the lighter has some more uses, or actually has a pretty important use. But in the original, I believe you need it twice, and neither of those times is required. And this right here actually happens to be one of those occasions where we have to use the lighter. You see this strange white blob above the fireplace here. So if we set fire to the fireplace, or light the fireplace, a map is uncovered. And yeah, we now have the map of the second floor that we don't really need because we have really explored most of it by this point. Also, the red door over in the corner is locked with the... well, it requires the helmet key, which we do not have and will not be getting in sometime, so that's just gonna be there. So let's just make our way back to the storage room once again. And just put away some of our stuff, as you do. I was thinking of saving, but decided against it. And maybe at some point I will manage to deposit one of these crests without clicking through that stupid text every single time. But yeah, that is now only one crest that we need to find. So let's just go ahead and go looking for that. Now we are of course back in the second floor hallway here. That was the room with all the suits of armor. And this right here just so happens to be the last place we have to use the armor key. And once you're done with the key, you can discard it. So let's see what this last door has for us then. Well, a couple of herbs, which is always nice. Might as well take one of them with us.
Richard, what happened?
Oh, Jill, this house is dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
You're wounded. What kind of demon attacked you?
It was a huge snake and also poisonous. Ugh.
Poisonous? Oh no. Richard, hold on.
There is serum. Oh no, I should have brought some with me.
No problem. I'll go and get it.
Thanks.
Right, so now we are going to be looking for serum for our fellow STARS member Richard, who has been bitten by a giant snake and needs something for the snake venom, although I'm not sure if that's gonna help since he appears to be more snake bite, or his torso appears to be more snake bite than flesh at this point, but well, I guess we'll go look for that serum then.